In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB conference games happening on September 14, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Atlanta Braves. The Los Angeles Dodgers are aiming to secure a win in their regular season series as they prepare to take on the Atlanta Braves in the second matchup of a 4-game series on Saturday night. The game will take place at Truist Park, promising an exciting showdown between two competitive teams looking to solidify their standings. Chris Sale is in excellent form at the moment. Over his last 3 starts, Sale has been dominant, boasting a 2-0 record while allowing just 1 earned run over 19.0 innings. During that span, he's given up only 14 hits and walked 2 batters. Meanwhile, Jack Flaherty has also been solid in recent outings, surrendering only 1 earned run across 13 innings in his last 2 starts, also going 2-0. On Friday, the Braves benefited from a strong performance by Spencer Schwellenbach, who threw 6 innings while allowing 2 earned runs, setting the stage for an early offensive surge that led to an Atlanta win. If the Braves bullpen can provide another reliable performance behind Sale on Saturday, they will be in a strong position. Atlanta enters this game looking to extend their series lead with a second consecutive victory. They are in a tight race, chasing the New York Mets for second place in the National League East and battling for the final wild card spot in the National League. The Braves have performed well at home this season, holding a 41-31 record at Truist Park, while the Dodgers have been respectable on the road with a 39-33 mark. Despite Los Angeles' struggles over the past week, they still maintain a solid lead in the National League West. This game promises to feature an intense pitching duel between 2 high-caliber arms, but Atlanta holds the upper hand, particularly with the team going 6-0 in Sale's last 6 starts. As a result, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. The Dodgers find themselves in a relatively comfortable position with a 4-game lead in the NL West, neck and neck with the Phillies for the top seed in the playoffs. On the flip side, the Braves are in a precarious situation, clinging to their postseason hopes as they currently sit in 4th place in a competitive 4-team race for the 3 wild card spots. Injuries have plagued the Braves throughout the season, but Chris Sale's exceptional performance has played a crucial role in keeping their playoff aspirations alive. Jack Flaherty, who will be starting for the Dodgers, has enjoyed a resurgent season. One factor working in his favor is the Braves' recent struggles against right-handed pitching, which could give him an edge in this matchup. I expect both pitchers to deliver solid outings, with each likely going at least 6 innings. The game should be a tight, low-scoring affair, possibly heading into the 7th inning with a 2-1 scoreline. Weather conditions could also come into play, as there is a high chance of rain in Atlanta on Saturday, along with strong winds blowing in. Given the stakes for both teams, we can anticipate seeing only the top bullpen arms in high-leverage situations. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Arizona Diamondbacks. On Saturday night, the Milwaukee Brewers and Arizona Diamondbacks will face off in an exciting National League matchup between 2 teams with strong playoff aspirations. The Brewers are nearing the finish line to claim their 2nd consecutive National League Central Division title, while the Diamondbacks, the reigning National League champions, are in a prime position to secure one of the coveted wild card spots in the postseason. Both teams have been competitive all season, and this game could provide a preview of what's to come in October. Since August 1st, the Arizona Diamondbacks have boasted the league's top offense against right-handed pitchers. However, the Milwaukee Brewers have also shown strong offensive capabilities during the same time frame. Both teams are more than capable of putting runs on the board, but I give the Brewers the edge in this contest due to their starting pitcher's superior form. Tobias Myers has been nothing short of exceptional, posting a 1.44 earned run average over 31.1 innings in June, a 2.7 earned run average over 23.1 innings in July, and a 2.67 earned run average across 27 innings in August. In his 11.2 innings pitched so far in September, he's allowed just 3 earned runs. Impressively, Myers has not given up more than 3 earned runs in a start since July 10th. firmly establishing himself as a key member of the Brewers' rotation. On the other hand, Brandon Pfaadt has struggled significantly since his July 27th outing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. In 7 of his last 8 starts, he has surrendered at least 3 earned runs, and in 5 of those outings, he allowed 4 or more. While Pfaadt has maintained good control and avoided many walks, his tendency to stay in the strike zone too frequently has backfired. In his last 5 starts, he's given up 8 or more hits in each game. This sets up well for the Brewers, who have excelled at working deep counts and waiting for pitches they can drive. Given this, I anticipate a strong offensive performance from Milwaukee in this game. Despite the Diamondbacks being at home, where they have performed well throughout the season, the value in this matchup lies with the Brewers, especially with plus money on the line. The Brewers, with a division title within reach, are sending out Tobias Myers, one of the best starting pitchers in baseball since June. Myers has a stellar 2.93 earned run average and a 1.16 WHIP on the season. Meanwhile, Brandon Pfaadt has been far more hittable and is coming off 2 shaky outings. Given the circumstances, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Chase Field in Arizona is known as one of the top 5 hitters' parks in Major League Baseball, and the Diamondbacks lead the league in runs per game, averaging half a run more at home than they do on the road. The Diamondbacks have also gone over the run total in 4 of their last 5 games. Although Tobias Myers has been solid, there's a chance he may exit the game earlier than expected, which would put added pressure on the Brewers' bullpen. Furthermore, Milwaukee has gone over the run total in 3 of Myers' last 5 starts, and they are currently ranked 6th in the league for run production. In Game 2 of a 3-game series on the road, following a win in the first match, the total has gone over 8.5 runs in all 11 such games for the Brewers. The Arizona Diamondbacks have a 7-3 over-under record in their last 10 games, and Brandon Pfaadt has struggled with a 6.91 earned run average over his last 5 outings. While I believe the Diamondbacks will score against the Brewers' rookie pitcher, Tobias Myers, I also expect Arizona's own pitching woes to allow Milwaukee to put up runs. Given Pfaadt's inconsistency, even if the Brewers struggle on the mound, I foresee a high-scoring affair. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus Colorado Rockies. The Chicago Cubs are set to take on the Colorado Rockies in a matchup where both teams will aim to end their disappointing seasons on a positive note. The Cubs currently hold a 75-72 record, placing them second in the National League Central Division. However, they find themselves 5 games out of a wild card spot, making their postseason hopes slim. On the other hand, the Rockies have had a much tougher season, sitting at the bottom of the National League West Division with a 56-92 record. While Chicago's chances of making the playoffs are all but extinguished, this still presents a favorable opportunity to back the Cubs on the money line. Jameson Taillon, who has had a solid season, has been especially impressive in recent outings, consistently delivering quality performances on the mound. Taillon's pitching should be effective against a struggling Rockies offense that ranks among the worst in Major League Baseball. Additionally, the Cubs' offense has historically fared well against Kyle Freeland, the Rockies' starting pitcher. The Rockies may be hoping to put on a good performance at home, but the Cubs, with their postseason hopes still faintly alive, are likely to take control of this game. Chicago averages 4.57 runs per game, and with hitters like Cody Bellinger and Ian Happ leading the charge, they should find success at the plate. Meanwhile, Taillon is expected to pitch several strong innings, setting up the Cubs' bullpen to close out the game if they secure an early lead. Given the circumstances, the Chicago Cubs' moneyline is our full game side pick. Both starting pitchers have shown improvement in recent performances, which could lead to a low-scoring contest from the outset. Kyle Freeland, coming off 3 starts where he's allowed only 3 runs, should be able to keep the Cubs' lineup in check for a few innings. Similarly, Jameson Taillon, having given up just 5 runs across his last 3 outings, is expected to deliver another strong performance, keeping the Rockies' offense, which averages just 4.17 runs per game, quiet. Given the recent form of both pitchers, the under seems like a strong play in this game. Taillon should continue his streak of dominating opposing lineups, while Freeland will aim to do the same. Both offenses rank below league average, and these trends suggest a lower scoring affair. This season, the Cubs are 72-68-6 on hitting the under, while the Rockies are 73-70-4, including a 35-31-1 record at home. With both pitchers stepping up, expect this to be a tightly contested game with limited scoring, making under the projected total our full game total pick. San Diego Padres versus San Francisco Giants. The San Diego Padres are set to take on the San Francisco Giants in a matchup where both teams are striving to make improvements within the highly competitive National League West Division. Currently, the Padres boast a record of 82-65, placing them in third within the division, while also securing a wild card spot. On the other hand, the Giants are trailing behind with a record of 72-75, which puts them in fourth place in the division standings. Both teams are eager to make a push, but the Padres seem to have more at stake as they aim to solidify their postseason chances. In this particular matchup, I have more confidence in Joe Musgrove than I do in Mason Black. Prior to his last outing against the Giants, Musgrove was performing exceptionally well, maintaining an impressive earned run average. Meanwhile, Mason Black is still relatively new to the major leagues and hasn't fully adjusted yet. Additionally, the Padres possess a stronger offense overall, giving them a clear edge. With San Diego fighting to protect their playoff position, they are much more motivated, especially after dropping 3 of their last 4 games. Throughout the season, the Padres have proven to be the superior team, and I believe they are primed for a victory in this game. While Joe Musgrove has had some ups and downs this season and is still trying to regain his best form after dealing with injuries, he remains the more reliable option compared to Mason Black. Black has struggled in the limited innings he's pitched, and the Padres' powerful lineup is not one that pitchers typically bounce back against. With the Giants essentially out of playoff contention, they have little to play for, whereas the Padres are on the verge of securing a postseason berth. These two teams appear to be heading in opposite directions, and I don't see the Padres faltering in this game. Therefore, the San Diego Padres moneyline is our full game side pick. Neither of these starting pitchers delivered strong performances in their most recent starts against each other's teams. Mason Black, in particular, has yet to prove himself as a dependable starter, and I expect the Padres to exploit that as the more urgent and motivated team. Historically, these two teams have combined to hit the over in 6 of their last 10 matchups, and both squads have consistently played in high-scoring games this season, with both teams averaging well over 8.5 runs per game, including contributions from their opponents. San Diego has posted a 5-3-2 record on the over in their last 10 games. Based on these trends, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Los Angeles Angels. The struggling Los Angeles Angels dropped the opening game of their division series against the Houston Astros, who have now won 2 consecutive games. Despite their recent success, the Astros had previously lost 3 straight before defeating the Angels in Game 1. Over their last 10 games, Houston holds a modest 4-6 record, yet they remain firmly in first place in the American League West, leading the second-place Seattle Mariners by 4.5 games. Meanwhile, the Angels are in a slump, having lost 3 games in a row and 5 of their last 6. Their disappointing season has left them as one of only 2 teams in the American League to be officially eliminated from playoff contention. The team's struggles have been a consistent theme throughout the year, making their elimination unsurprising as the season winds down. On the other hand, the Astros appear to be gearing up for another deep playoff run. Having secured 2 straight wins, including Game 1 of this series, they now hold a 4-3 record against the Angels over their 7 meetings this season. Houston's ace, Justin Verlander, had a disastrous outing in his last start, which was his worst performance of the year. In fact, Verlander has struggled significantly in his last 3 starts, and his only start against the Angels this season came after missing 2 months due to injury, during which he also did not pitch well. The Angels, despite being decimated by injuries, may have an opportunity to capitalize on Verlander's current form. Tyler Anderson, the Angels starter, has been inconsistent in his recent outings but has managed 1 solid performance and 1 poor one in 2 starts against the Astros this season. He is expected to be solid enough in this game, especially if Verlander continues to underperform. While betting against the Astros in September might seem counterintuitive, particularly when the underperforming Angels are the alternative, the current circumstances make Los Angeles an appealing choice. Verlander has not looked like his usual dominant self, giving the Angels a potential edge in this matchup. Though the Angels have struggled overall, this game might present one of their most favorable opportunities for a win in the remaining series. With that in mind, the Los Angeles Angels moneyline is our full game side pick. Offensively, the Angels rank a lowly 27th in Major League Baseball in runs scored. but they could find success at the plate in this game against a struggling Verlander. The veteran pitcher surrendered a season-high 8 runs in his last start and has allowed 17 runs over his last 3 outings, spanning just 12 2/3 innings. Anderson, while inconsistent, has given up 2 runs in 2 of his last 3 starts but has also allowed at least 4 runs in 2 of his last 4 appearances. He is expected to perform decently in this game, though both he and the Angels bullpen are likely to allow some runs. Anderson seems due for a regression, as the Astros have had success against him in the past. His ERA in the second half of the season is 2 points higher than in the first half, with opposing batters hitting .246 against him and hitting 7 home runs over his 9 starts. Given Houston's offensive firepower, they rank 7th in WRC+ and 8th in WOBA over the last 30 days. Anderson may struggle to contain them in this game. Verlander, too, has been difficult to trust recently, giving up 17 runs on 23 hits and 6 walks over his last 3 starts, covering just 13.2 innings. Even if he manages to limit the Angels' offense, it's unlikely that he'll pitch deep into the game, as he hasn't pitched past the 5th inning since returning from the injured list. In his last 2 starts combined, he has only managed 7.2 innings. Additionally, both teams' bullpens have benefited from some good fortune recently and could be due for negative regression. Despite ranking in the top 10 in bullpen earned run average over the past 30 days, both teams have stranded a large number of runners on base, ranking 2nd and 6th most in MLB in this category. The Angels' bullpen has posted a 4.35 xFIP and a 3.85 SIERA, compared to a 3.02 earned run average, while Houston's bullpen has a 3.91 xFIP and a 3.5 SIERA, compared to a 2.65 earned run average. Given these trends, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.